McFly subscribers. So I am down in Corpus fishing with my buddy Johnny, and we are gonna hopefully catch some redfish, speckled trout, you know, whatever is out there really. I brought the new 8-weight, so this is the Risen Goliath rod, and they're whale reel. Now this, I'm getting a different color that's going to match the rod at one point. Not that it matters, it's the same reel. They haven't gotten it in yet, so soon they will. But for now, this will get me out there and get me fishing. I'm pretty excited about this. It's a nice rod. It's got a nice flexible tip on it, but a really good backbone, so hopefully it'll work pretty well. I mean, it's made for bigger fish like this. The problem is it's really windy, so we'll see. It's gonna be tough to cast, but I think this thing will do it, hopefully. Anyway, mullet pattern. That's what I'm going to start throwing first. It's not huge, but it's you know, decent enough size. Might be difficult into the wind, but we'll see. Give it a try. We've got a bunch of other stuff too. I'll give it that I'll try throughout the day. Really low tide, so usually you can see right here where it's usually up to. This little dip right here, and it goes. You know, usually this is all water, so. Tide's coming in. It'll be high tide, I think, 4 o'clock or something like that. While Johnny is getting ready here, figured I'd give this thing a try. Just try casting it a little bit here and there. Got some mullet popping at the top. See if I can get this to sink. A little weight to it, but. So, being a slightly stiffer rod, it's going to have more distance. Woo! But it'll be trouble right at the short range. Always how that works, but it is a big, heavy rod. Boy, it's windy today, guys. Oil is right here. Got to get used to it. First time casting it, so. That wind just caught that thing right into my head. Woo! I gotta be careful. Oh, that hurt. Caught me right in the ear. So I had to put the camera in its case as we waited out to keep it from getting wet. So there was no sound, obviously. And by the way, guys, before I made my trip down, both of us got a test to make sure we were COVID free. So we felt safe being around each other without masks. As I got more used to casting this rod, I realized just how far this thing would shoot. My goodness, it was a rocket. Even with large flies, it kinda didn't matter. Still casted well. And pretty soon into fishing, I hooked this. It was a sand trout. Not huge, but a decent size for a sand trout. Well, we fished a while at this spot, and then decided to go exploring. We found this cove, which looked great. But we didn't see any fish. I mean, we tried the mouth of the inlet and then further into it as well, but nothing. It's windy, I'm sorry. It's probably blowing in the camera here, but it's cold water here comparably, so I think it's making the fish lethargic. There's just not a lot going on. So I had changed out flies many times already, but here's the first shot of my new fly box in action. I figure you guys would want to see it. It worked really great for down here, and if you want to purchase some, just let me know. They have my awesome logo on the front and hold a wide range of flies. So here I am tying on this crab pattern. Now the crab didn't catch, so I changed that out pretty quickly, and then Johnny and I went exploring again. We came back to the same spot, and I started catching again, which was awesome. Nothing huge, but this is a decent speckled trout. In fact, it was over 14 inches. However, this year the size limit went up to 15, so I had to toss it back. By the way, I put marks on my rod to where the legal limit of fish are, for easy measuring. And another one, but this one's kind of small. And even another trout. And this one was a bit larger though. Could have been over 15 inches. It was right on the mark, but I decided to put it back though, since it was so close. It is very windy today, so I've got the camera inside the car, and so that way I can talk to you and you can hear me. But yesterday we went out, we did okay, we got a couple, but it was very slow. We're hoping today will be better. I don't have a lot of time to fish because it's a long drive back home, but I'm hoping that we can nab a couple decent fish. That's the hope. So that's what we're doing. I'm out here, I'm fishing the same rod, the Goliath rod from Risen. It's a great rod. I liked it yesterday. I will say my arm's a little tired. Throwing an 8-weight all day long is just tiring. But I'm hopeful for today. Now, it is much more windy today, so it's going to be harder to cast, but it's a little sunnier. Well, this wind and my sore arm were not mixing well. My casts weren't as long as yesterday, and I was really tired. Johnny was also, and he decided to bring his spinning rod to be able to cast a bit better. He didn't want to cast a fly rod all day, and to be honest, I wasn't really sure my arm wanted me to either. However, Johnny started catching left and right. First a redfish, and then this flounder. Here I am pulling my phone out to double check the legal size limit. It was 15 inches, and this was well over it. So we kept that one. You can see here I keep casting down into the water to help cut into the wind. It was very, very windy. Then Johnny hooked up with another nice fish, a decent sized trout. We decided to keep that one as well. Well guys, it was a good trip. Granted, it wasn't super productive for me. Johnny got a couple nice fish in the last little bit here. So we got some, he got a nice speckled trout and a flounder. Really nice flounder too. That was like 18, 19 inch. So above the legal limit. So, you know, this is the only place I keep fish really. I like eating these fish and they're abundant and plentiful, so and healthy, and so I'm happy to eat them. So we're gonna go home and back to Johnny's house, fillet them, and then I gotta head home. It's Sunday and it's getting later. It's about 1 o'clock and I got a long drive. So anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching. If you want to check this rod out, this rod is really awesome. It casts real far. It's got a nice sensitive tip on it, but it has a really good backbone. So I mean, I caught a couple fish yesterday and it did really well. Granted, they weren't huge, but it casts really well. It's nice and light, so you can cast all day. Obviously, I did 2 days in a row. My arm is shot. It's an 8-weight, but it is what it is. So check it out. Risen Fly, www.risenfly.com. You can use my discount code. It's McFly. Use it at checkout, and you'll be able to get a discount, 15% off, I believe. So that's it'll really kind of bring the cost down on that. The reel is the whale reel, and that's really nice reel too. I liked it a lot. So go check those out. Also subscribe if you haven't, and check out some of my flies too. If you haven't seen me on Instagram, go check that out. I've got a lot of different flies that I tie. Obviously I do the videos as well on YouTube, and you can check those out. But if you guys want to buy some flies, I sell them, so let me know. I will see you guys on the next video. Now you go catch some fish.